Hi. Okay, so I'm going to talk you through some thoughts that I had with an essay that I had read about a couple months ago. Now, I'm going to be honest, I haven't read this in that long, meaning it's been 2 months since I've read this, and you're hearing it live. And the reason that I wanted to do that is because I want you to hear what goes through a reader's head when they're reading a piece. This is a body paragraph smack dab in the middle of somebody's essay. It's the second body paragraph. So you're not getting any context. Still, I want you to read this, think about its strengths, think about what it does in terms of RFCAs, how can it improve, and then I'll comment on it. So I want you to pause me now, and then I'll ask you to pause me again so you can get to the second half. So pause now. Oh, wait. Pause now, and I'm sorry. I wanted you to read this aloud. All right, now actually pause now. Okay, now you should hit pause again so you can read the second half. Okay, so here's my reading. I'm going to continually interrupt it with my thought as a reader in hopes that you'll garner understanding of perhaps what you can shoot for and work on for your paper. This is about separate peace. I'm sure you've inferred that. The narrator of the book is also guilty of seeing the world through a lens that is dangerously different. Jean Forrester lives in a world of absolutes. The summer session is fun and warm. The winter is dreary and cold. Lepper is insane, and Finney is the god. So I say, nice shot. That's a cool insult, sort of. Unfortunately for Jean, the world is not as simple a collection of absolutes, but rather a complex web of interrelating variables. And when Jean starts to realize this, he lashes out at anything that threatens his assumptions. Personally, as a writer, I would prefer Jean comes to realize the world is not a simple collection of absolutes, but rather the only reason I say that is because unfortunately for Jean implies like a writer's opinion, and maybe for some that's off-putting. Maybe not. That's my thought. I respect your opinion. All through the book, Jean views Finney as perfect, heavenly figure that has no possible flaw. He is unable to comprehend that Finney has issues of his own. This overly idealized view causes hatred to be born inside Jean, and because there can be no moderation, Jean despises Finney. So I thought, blah! I thought, wow, that's really well put. Now, in terms of what I'm asking you to do currently, you'll notice there's a to be verb in here a couple times. So, this overly idealized view causes hatred. Why not? Hatred born inside Jean, or causes hatred emanating from Jean, or eventually, just consider it. And because Jean cannot moderate, he despises Finney. So in that way, I wrote out the to be verb so then it's a little stronger. Then, when Finney proves that he is not full of jealousy and animosity like Jean assumes by saying it's only a game, Jean lashes out in order to maintain his absolute order. So, this is the first spot. Well, obviously, this paper is very well written. I think that this sells it short because I don't have enough context to really remember what that is. You don't really analyze how he lashes out. I don't even know if he lashes out because there's no textual support. So remember, CQA, context, quote, analysis, wherein the context introduces the concept, the quote is smoothly, if not seamlessly, embedded into the analysis. This is sort of plopped, sort of. This is a great essay, don't get me wrong. And then, you want to analyze what it has to do with your point. I just felt like it was grazed over. So moving forward, he also instinctively lashes out when Lepper revealed that he knows the truth about Finney's first fall by kicking Lepper's chair. I would even say that this could be its own paragraph. I mean, I broke it up instinctively there, but it's a totally different topic. I mean, it's under the same umbrella of Jean lashing out because of his absolute lens, but I think it could be its own paragraph because this is about Jean and Leper. That would have been, I think, maybe an interesting move. When something threatened Jean's world of absolutes, he attacks it, refusing to accept contradiction. While this does not seem as dramatic evidence as Leper's insanity, violence in order to defend the way one views the world is a dangerous form of emotional imbalance. He doesn't even know why he's doing it, while still turning savage in order to protect his world. So I say, oops. How do you know? How do you know he doesn't know why he's doing it? If you had textual support there, you might sell me on the fact that this is a psychological defense mechanism that Jean is really not in control of. As a result, he hurts those around him just because he is unable to see the world as anything but simplistic and absolute. This absolutist perception of the world leads Jean to hurt his best friend and slowly lose grasp of himself as he sees his clear-cut world dissolving into one of suspicion and uncertainties. What this writer does well, in my humble opinion, is she has control of her language. The syntax is beautiful, the diction is there, the psychological depth is there. There's a lot of really interesting stuff. Yeah. But what this writer can improve on is honing in on the specific, embedding the quotes, and really working with how this is illustrated. Still a great paper, still something to strive for, but we could work on the CQA of it all, the close analysis, and the smooth embedding of quotes. So maybe find that quote that comes "It's only a game" when he lashes out. I think that's my advice. So I hope you can take this rather long reading of this one paragraph and apply it to your paper tonight, and even in the peer edit, and think, how can you take what you have, make it advanced, and hone in on detail. Happy writing!